start our class today in downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Any little movements, pedal out through the legs. Maybe offer a generous bend in the knees as you lengthen the hips up and back. And maybe take some pulses, chest to thigh. Stay here, or on your next inhale, right leg will lift. You can bend your knees, stack your hips, find a little scorpion tail here. And then maybe some movement, waking up through the hips, the low back. Maybe even bend and straighten the leg. And as you feel ready, we'll step the right foot between the hands, lower the back knee on vinyasa, low crescent lunge. Right knee stacked up over right ankle. Hands can come to hips, or maybe explore a different arm variation by extending them up overhead. A few breaths here. You can take a couple pulses, beginning to wake up through the hips and the hip flexors. If you're not already there, we'll inhale, lengthen the arms up overhead. And on your exhale, we'll take an open twist right fingers back, left fingers lengthen forward. Keep your twist. We'll inhale to exalt, so tilt the left fingers up towards the sky, right hand maybe reaches down towards that back thigh. See if you can sink the hips a little deeper as you inhale, open up, lengthen up and out of the ribs, maybe lift your gaze. Take another full breath in. Half split, windmill the hands forward, frame the right leg. As you straighten the right leg, send the hips back. A few breaths here. Think about lengthening the chest forward towards the top edge of the mat. Maybe point and flex the toes or windshield wiper them side to side. A few more breaths here. Option to go deeper by walking the hands forward. Standing split. Shift the weight forward. Plant the hands, strong on the right leg, left leg begins to lift. Soft bend in the right knee as you melt your chest down towards your thigh. Let the head hang heavy. Can you press down, maybe lift that left heel a little bit higher? Take another full breath in. And step the feet together. We'll find a ragdoll. You may choose to heel toe the feet out a little bit wider. Maybe reaching for opposite elbow or interlacing hands behind the head or back. Soft bend in the knees. Allow gravity to lengthen the spine. If you have that bind, you can release. Inhale brings you up to standing. Press into the feet. Head will come up last. Maybe shrug shoulders up towards the ears. On your exhale, release Tadasana, mountain pose. We'll take some spinal movements here. So when you're ready, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. You can interlace the fingers, release the pointer finger. Feel free to step the feet out a little wider for more stability. We'll begin to hinge from side to side, or maybe drawing circles or figure eights on the ceiling, just moving the spine in all directions. Feel free to go as fast or slow as you'd like. If you're taking those circles or figure eights, you can switch sides. About 1 or 2 more breaths to even out. When you feel about even, we'll meet back through center, mountain pose. As you're ready, we'll press into the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And on your exhale, swan diving forward, forward fold. Take a breath into halfway lift. And plant the hands. You can step back. Optional chaturanga or modified chaturanga. Eventually we'll meet in downward facing dog. We'll take a full breath in and empty the breath out. Other side, inhale, left leg will lift. You can bend your knee, stack your hips, maybe finding that scorpion tail, any little movement here through this left side, beginning to open up, releasing through the low back, maybe bend and straighten the leg. Now, when you're ready, we'll step the left foot between the hands, lower the back knee on Shavasana. A few breaths here to settle. Left knee stacked up over ankle, maybe even heel toe the left foot forward. You can take a couple pulses here with the hips. And if you're not already there, option 2, extend the fingers up overhead as you inhale, lengthen up and out of the ribs. On your exhale, we'll take an open twist left. Left fingers back, right fingers forward. Keep your twist. We'll inhale to exalt. So reach the right fingers up overhead. Maybe left hand reaches down towards the back leg. As you inhale, can you expand? Open up through both sides of the ribs. Maybe lift your gaze. Half split. Windmill the hands forward. Plant the hands. Send the left hip back. As you straighten the left leg and think about reaching nose to toes, chin to shin. A few breaths here, maybe point and flex the left toes or windshield wiper them side to side, beginning to wake up through the IT band. About 1 or 2 more breaths. Stay here longer if you need, or we'll meet in a standing split. Shift the weight forward, plant the hands. Right leg begins to lift up and back. See if you can melt your chest towards your thigh. Find length here as you press strong to the left leg and right foot reaches up and overhead. Take another inhale. And step the feet together. Find your second set of a ragdoll. A few breaths here. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe take a bind or sway the body side to side. And on your next inhale, we'll begin to lift up to standing. Take your time. Head will come up last. Option 2, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. And on your exhale, release Tadasana. Take a full breath in. And empty the breath out. This time we'll take it into a back bend. So option again to bring the feet a little wider for more stability. Options here for the hands, you can reach them up overhead, take the bind, maybe cactus the arms, or hands can come to the low back. Wherever you are, press into the feet so you can lift up from the chest, create space in the low back, and as you exhale, begin to take the gaze up and back, breathing here for 3, 2, 1. Slowly begin to swan dive forward. We'll meet back in that forward fold. This time we'll meet in Malasana. So bring the heels in, toes out, bend your knees, sink your hips. Hands can come to prayer. Option 2, slide a block underneath the hips if you have it. And we'll take a little twist. So you can open up the arms, bring the left fingertips down towards the mat as the right arm reaches up overhead, maybe lift the gaze. Option for bind here if you have it, 2 more breaths. If you're taking that twist, we'll come back through center. And then when you feel ready, we'll open up the arms. This time, right fingertips reach down towards the mat, left arm reaches up overhead, maybe the gaze follows. And if you took that bind on the other side, you can take it on this side, about 2 more breaths here. If you're taking that twist, we'll come back through center. This time, we'll make our way onto our backs. So you can plant the hands, extend onto your backs. We'll take 1 back bend. Option 4, bridge or wheel. So plant the feet about hip or maybe shoulder distance apart, knees stacked up over ankles. When you're ready, we'll press into the feet, lift the hips. Stay strong through the legs. 3 full breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. Press into the feet, inhale. When you're ready, tuck your chin in towards your chest, release all the way down. You can plant the feet, windshield wiper the legs side to side, begin to release through the low back. You can stay here in this movement for as long as you'd like. Eventually, we'll meet in Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees out wide, and maybe bring one hand to chest, one to belly. Option to close the eyes as you focus in on inhaling through the nose, and open mouth, let it go. One more time to close class. Inhale, fill up through the belly, rib, sip in a little more air. Open mouth, let it go. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my practice with you today, and I hope to be with you next time you're on your mat.